Hi, welcome to another edition of Onside SA, our soccer show that keeps you up to speed. We're right at the critical stage now. There's only 2 teams left in the World Cup, and of course there's third and fourth playoffs. But Budge, it's been a bit of a roller coaster, and I'm going to ask you a few questions about it. But it's coming home.
It was coming home, yeah. Not anymore.
Now they got the trophy.
Yeah.
Can't touch it.
Can't touch this.
Can't touch this. Poor bloke. Let's just analyse England for a moment. Before the tournament, you said semi-finalists, the country would have jumped.
Guaranteed, Paul. I thought they may have won the group, then they would have gone in the top half, and then they would have got knocked out by Brazil. Yeah. Finishing in the bottom half was a masterstroke.
Yes.
You know, you can call penalty shootouts lucky. They got the lucky break by winning on penalties, then they beat Sweden. But everyone screamed and shouted how well they played. Who do you think was the man of the match against the England-Sweden game?
The ref.
No, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's
Pickford
right.
was man of the match.
Man of the match.
So they're a, Paul, expensive team. You know, if you have a look, like last night, very disappointing.
Yeah, but just before we touch on last night, as I say, they were, I thought they in patches they played well, getting up to last night. Then I thought they had a chance against Croatia. Croatia are an older team, and they've got some quality, but I thought there's a chance of beating Croatia. I thought they'd get into the final, which would be a major achievement. Yeah. Then I watched last night, Budge. Great goal, 1-0 up attacking. Suddenly they defend.
Yeah. Paul, they just got no midfield players. You know, everyone slates Henderson. I thought he had a good competition.
Yeah, he did.
He fought hard.
Just too much square him back.
You know, you can't play Lingard. All he does is run with the ball and lose it. You know, Dele Alli on the other side,
they both
not
struggled.
a midfield player. They're not midfield players, Paul. Yeah. You know, Sterling was invisible. Then they brought Rashford on. They keep giving the ball away. And when Mourinho drops him, they don't like it. But, you know, you need somebody to hold it up.
Absolutely.
But,
we didn't have that. But you know what I was disappointed was? A couple of points I was disappointed with England was when they fiddled it around, they gave it back to the goalkeeper. He booted it up. Harry Kane, 1 and 2, he got his head to. No one picked them off. The other ones were headed straight back. And we were back on the back foot. We started playing again from the back. But let's analyse the goals. There were 3 goals in it. The first goal, brilliant free kick. The Beckham from Bury bent it. And then let's analyse their goals. Now, you 1-0 up, you've got 20 minutes to go into the final of a World Cup. The boy floats one in. The guy who scores starts behind Trippier, goes past Trippier, gets past Walker. You've got to attack the ball, Walker.
Walker doesn't know where the forwards are, Paul. He's relied on his speed his whole career.
Yeah.
You know, so he thinks...
Attack that ball.
You know, if it had been crossed from Trippier's side, Harry Maguire would have cleared it because he's a natural centre-half.
Yeah.
And Stones would have helped him.
Yeah.
But Walker, I think he's been disappointing on the ball.
He gets away with his speed.
His speed, that's what's carried him.
You know, you work at it. How many times do you think he went down the line yesterday? They should have had Rose on earlier. Yeah. Rose at least has a go, and he knows how to go down, and he gets him going. Yeah. Rose, we looked better when Rose came on. Yeah. But the second goal now, Budge.
Well,
how's that for ball watching by Stones?
What amazes me, the 2 guys that cost the goals, both with Man City signed them both for over £50 million.
Yeah,
now, what was Stones looking at? Just clear. Was he waiting for the keeper to come?
Yeah.
Just clear it.
Clear it. Attack that ball. Yeah. It's all about it. They don't give you headbutt your mate.
Yeah.
Attack the ball in that situation. 2 goals to give away. They were never going to score off that, Budge.
No.
They were never going to score.
Paul, they were lucky, you know, in fairness. The best team won. You know,
no doubt.
You know, Modric and they just controlled the whole game. They kept the ball, they passed it around, and I thought they would get tired. They didn't get tired.
When the first half of extra time came, I thought, hello.
This is it,
They brought on fresh legs, the boy up front and the left back, and they started going forward, and I thought, we can turn it around. The other guys, but then the second part of extra time, well,
can't keep giving the ball away.
We had a chase.
Yeah.
But let's go back to that. So I agree with you. Deserved winners went through. Very one-dimensional England, and it's not coming home.
It was never coming home, Paul.
Then you look at the semi-final, the other semi-final. I thought a master plan by France.
Yeah.
Lukaku never got a look in.
Yeah.
They had Kante on De Bruyne. They had him tight. They let the other boy have the ball. He had a good game, Hazard, but deep. And he had 1 real shot, but they didn't play from deep. They've got the speed up front for any breakaways. They're very tight at the back. They're a good side, France.
That's why I jumped on them after you just had analysing the thing. And the other thing, what no one I think's ever mentioned is, I thought Pogba did a good job on Fellaini. Fellaini was the only guy that tried to get in the box.
Yeah.
You know, Lukaku was poor. His touch has always been bad. But you know, they got deeper and deeper. And then they bring Mertens on. Why take Fellaini off? Now you're slinging balls at who's going to get on the end of them? Chadley?
Chadley was murder.
Yeah. Shame. I felt for Dembele, Paul. He got thrown in at the wrong time.
Dembele was caught turning. He's not playing for Spurs. This is World Cup. He got turned. Dembele didn't play well. Chadley wasn't good enough. He couldn't get the corners past the first defender. Couldn't get the free kicks. Mertens came in. Suddenly they started getting headers past the post. And that's just, I thought, tactically well done, France. France too good for them. Now the final budge that comes up this week.
Yeah, I just think if you have a look, Croatia's strength is the midfield, and you have a look at what France have got. You know, Pogba, Matuidi, and Kante. I think they'll be too good.
They'll be too good. To me, France, I don't think it'll go past 90 minutes.
No,
it'll be a major achievement for Croatia.
Paul, every knockout game, extra time.
Yeah.
You know, 2 penalty shootouts, and last night you could see them; they were gone. That left back who got, I think it's Strinic, he came off. He couldn't move, and that was at the end of 90 minutes. What's he going to be with Mbappe out there? So they're going to have to make changes, in my opinion, Croatia. But hard to see France not winning it.
I think it's going to be a comfortable victory for France. But
9-10 to 90 minutes.
Without patting you on the back, you told me Croatia and France. You said France would win it. All along, all our bets we've been taking every week has led into France. We've got good money to cover France.
Let's hope so, anyway.
Croatia won 4-0 or something. You don't know now form.
Well, we've won money, Paul.
We're getting in there. You tipped Uruguay to go through to the next stage. So all the way along, we've made a couple of rand, and that's the World Cup as it is. This Saturday we've got third and fourth playoff. Then, of course, we have the final on Sunday. So it's not coming home, and it's disappointing because they sold 10 million pints more beer yesterday.
Well.
That's amazing. The whole country, about 26 million people watched it. That's a lot of people in one country. They tried, from the Queen down, the Parliament, they all watched and they hoped, and they didn't do it. But well done to them. I'm not going to knock them. They're young. They did well. They've shown they've still got positions to fill. But it's better than losing to Iceland in the...
if they got knocked out by Colombia on penalties, what would have happened?
Yeah, correct, They would
have been cursing him, why didn't you play your best team against Belgium? So,
so
give him credit.
Did you see the lookalike in the grandstand?
Yes.
Outstanding.
Made a fortune, apparently.
Outstanding, the lookalike. Have you bought a waistcoat?
A waistcoat.
For your snooker tournament, Rob Leclos.
Robert Leclos got it.
He's got yours. Right, so Stevie B is in the country. Unfortunately, because of time constraints, Stevie B, our international pundit, we cannot cross to him today, but he's in South Africa. He's coming out. We'll have him in the studio next week, and it'll be good to get his input, especially on the Cup. But what we're alluding to now is obviously the changes that are happening in the Premier League. And Bud, you've got some for me.
Yeah.
For me, Riyad Mahrez is a big signing for Man City.
I just think it's a luxury signing for Man City.
It is luxury.
You know, they've obviously got to take it easy with De Bruyne and David Silva, so he'll fill that.
There's the other Silva.
Yeah.
And there's a Brazilian.
Yeah, they got a lot of players.
As your favourite word, they stacked. They stacked.
Yeah.
What would they have paid for him?
60 million. Yeah.
Pounds.
Yeah. That's a good move for Mahrez, you know.
Yeah, he's a wonderful player. You know, he'll probably be more an impact player as he gets older, and that'll suit him. He's a great talent.
They must be getting 150,000 a week. So
deserves it. He's entertained us regularly. 1 billion people watch a game a weekend. He deserves it. Good luck. Jack Wilshere. Now, just touching on Jack Wilshere, he has moved to West Ham. He's left Arsenal. He's the type of player who could have come in handy last night.
Well, he's been injured the whole time. You've got to have midfield players to hold the ball up tournaments.
Yeah,
he's a good player. He's just been injury prone.
Yeah, correct. Bit of a nutter.
Yeah, that's his home team apparently. I didn't know that. West Ham's his home team. He grew up watching them.
Oh, that's right.
So good luck to him. I like West Ham, Paul.
Johnny Evans to Leicester.
Yeah, good signing.
He's sorry to interrupt you, but he's a Premier League player.
Yeah, you know, but he was at West Brom last year. That went down. Was in his contract, and what does it say? Harry Maguire's going to move. So he's at Leicester as well. So everyone's going to come in for him.
Everybody. If you're any good, you know, Liverpool would like him to join Lovren and the Dutchman. Yeah. You know, Man City would like
Man United, we got Jones and Smalling.
Oh, you'd need him badly.
And Lindelof. Yeah. So
every team would want him.
They're all coming in for him,
He was the sensation for me.
Yeah.
Great player on the ball, Budge. Yeah. Okay. Now, Arsenal have realised that they want to change their philosophy now that Arsene's gone. They've gone and put their hand up and bought.
Yeah, but it's been too
early though,
lesser players.
Yeah, but it's early. Normally they never. Do you remember they were saying Arsenal, they don't spend. They've got it early. But
well, you know, the centre-half, that Papa Stopoulos, whatever, he came from Dortmund, very quick. You know, he was when Greece won the Euros, he was a centre-half at the back, organised. You know, he's a good player. You know, he'll play next to Koscielny. So he should be a good signing. And the other guys at Uruguay, Torreira, that midfield player, played for Uruguay. He's a bit of a hatchet man.
Yeah.
Good player, had a good tournament.
In this league, you want a strong man in the middle. And he's a Uruguayan.
Two good signings, Paul. But
now, talk to me about Cristiano Ronaldo. But
I don't know what the story. I just think it was a power struggle. They didn't want to pay him what he wanted.
He was getting the boy that Higuain. What's his name? He gets paid 4 times more than Higuain was getting. So I don't know what the.
Well, it was £105 million. But can you imagine how many shirts they're going to sell worldwide? £60 a hit. They'll get their money back in no time.
I remember just talking about shirt sales, just digressing slightly. They went out to the Far East, Real Madrid. And they had the likes of
when Beckham,
the real Ronaldo, the left back that
Roberto
Carlos, Figo. They had the greatest team out, and they went there and they sold shirts. 80% were Beckham.
Yeah. Well, what do you think is going to happen now?
Well, Budge, I know, because if you're good looking, you've got a chance. The people love Beckham. Have you seen the photo of Harry Kane and his girlfriend, well, his wife?
Yeah.
There's Harry Kane in 2005. He's a little kid. Next to him is a little ball girl. And Beckham, photograph of Beckham.
Okay.
Now there's a photograph of Harry Kane, the same girl, and their kid.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah. So those are the changes. There will be more when Stevie gets us up to speed of what's happening in the next week. But Budge, let's move on to the bet.
Yeah.
Do people take the 9 to 10?
I think it's they 6.5 to 10 to win outright. I think that's maybe
the 9 to 10.
The 9 to 10. I think they'll win easily, Paul.
Yeah,
-1. They score early. They've got pace all over. They're fresher. They can match them up in the middle of the park. They can contain them at the back. Should be. This cup finals are obviously precious, but they've got big players.
Yeah.
Take Pogba to score. You'll be 8-10 to 1 to score Pogba.
I'm big on them,
Yeah, should be.
Okay, and then the third and fourth.
Well, that's a game nobody wants to play, Paul. What are they going to do?
Will they throw in the guys who
Well, they should.
Who would England be throwing?
Well, they've got to play Vardy up front. They've got to put the goalkeeper in.
They've got to put a goalkeeper in.
They'll play the centre-half from Chelsea. He's got to come and play.
I know the way you mean.
They've got to rotate the squad.
There's a couple. Dyer will start. I'm trying to think. Who else they got?
Rashford will start.
They'll put the big boy from Crystal Palace.
Yeah,
he'll come in. So
it's a game you don't want to play in.
Yeah, but you want to play.
If you're a youngster, you want to run third.
You want to play on that stage.
And Belgium, I think, will be too good for them anyway. They've got a better squad.
Should be a good game, I thought. Okay, we have to go to Sweden and America this week, Budge, for our bets and that. And
Allsvenskan, and strangely Tuesday night, the Champions League qualifiers started. Can you believe it?
It has started?
First qualifying round, So Malmo were involved in that. So the first game up, I think it's Malmo versus Östersund.
This is Saturday.
Östersunds were coached by Steve Potter's cousin, Gray. Remember they played Arsenal?
Yes.
But he's moved on. He's gone to Swansea. It's a funny game, this, because Östersunds are going well. Malmo played in the Champions League, so their thoughts, while they won 3-0, I don't know if they're just going to want to cement the deal. I think there's plenty of goals in this game. You've got to fancy Malmo. It's a league match,
Malmo 6 to 10.
6 to 10, Östersunds have gone well. They won 5 of the last 8. So I think plenty of goals in that game. Obviously, you've got to favour Malmo at home, but I think Malmo's sights will be on the Champions League return leg on Tuesday. But
let's get serious.
Well, Broma Pochkana, good things. 11 to 10, as you say, biggest club in the world. 247 teams. So I think they'll be too good. Sirius lost the last 4 away. They've only got 2 points from the last 11 league games. 11 to 10s in all our bets. Likewise, Dunkirk. They murdered Broma Pochkana 3-0 last week. Good
home Dunkirk.
Form. Yeah, I think it will be for Trelleborg. They got promoted last year. Struggling away from home. 7 to 10, Dunkirk. Next game's a tough one. IFK Gothenburg are one of those teams that you can't trust. At home, obviously dangerous, but I like Örebro. I think they've only lost 1 of the last 10. Örebro win and draw for me there, Paul.
Okay. Right, the next one?
The next was on the Sunday. ARK Stockholm, they play in the Europa League tonight. They play in Ireland. I think it's Shamrock Rovers they play. So they're unbeaten in the last 25 league games. I don't see them getting beat, but Sundsvall have won 4 of their last 5 games. So 26 to 10, the player there for the draw. Norrköping, I think, are too good for Häcken. Häcken play in Latvia tonight in the Europa League. With money being a major issue for these clubs, you'd expect a lot of changes on Sunday. So I think Norrköping are good home form. I think 11 to 10. I think that's a good thing. The next game is 2 teams, Kalmar, Djurgårdens, both going well. Plenty of goals we expect in there. Likewise, Kalmar on the draw, but any result wouldn't surprise me there, Paul. But goals is the one that we've gone for. And I like Elfsborg. Hammarby were top of the league. Yeah, they got beat by Ostersund's 2-1 at home on Monday. You know, Elfsborg going to draw for me. I think they worked out at about 7 or 10. That's the Swedish league.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, the MLS, you know, it finished 4:30 this morning. New York City have won 10 and drawn one of the last 11 home games. But they played Sunday night, Wednesday night, and they first up on Saturday. Now, Columbus have only scored 1 goal in the last 8 away league games. But, you know, they'll park the bus or the container, if you talk Mourinho terms. I think the draws are played just because 3 games in a week, Paul, isn't easy. So it should be New York City, but any result wouldn't surprise me, purely be on the tiredness of New York. The Red Bulls, I think, are certainties. Kansas City had a good start to the season. Haven't won they've won 1 of the last 5. Haven't won away from home for 4 or 5 games. 8 to 10 New York Red Bulls. I think they'll win by more than 1, which works out just under 2-1. So the Red Bulls on that. New England, LA Galaxy. New England hard to beat at home, but LA Galaxy have scored in 11 of the last 12 games. You know, Zlatan scoring goals for fun now. So I like LA Galaxy and the draw there, Paul. I think it worked out at even money. Montreal, San Jose. Now, Montreal's coached by Remy Gard, the old Arsenal Frenchman.
Yes.
But they got beat 3-0 by New York City last night. Now, I'm always sceptical. While they got good home form and should beat San Jose, when you play away from home...
It's a long, long way to San Jose.
Correct. And any result wouldn't surprise. Montreal, the betting suggests a favourite. I think there'll be plenty of goals in that game, Paul.
Okay. Lovely.
Yeah, the next page, DC United. Now, Wayne Rooney makes his debut.
Oh, does he? On Sunday, 2 in the morning.
Yeah, no, I can't believe they've only played 2 home games this season. So 8 to 10, you can imagine all the hype with DC United. Vancouver, poor travellers. I think they'll win easy. You know, Rooney and all. 8 to 10s in our bets. Minnesota, the Loons of Minnesota playing Real Salt Lake. Real Salt Lake have got better form, but away from home, they're terrible. So it should be Minnesota, but I expect plenty of goals in that game.
But a lot of these MLS teams struggle away from home. What is it?
I don't know if it's the travel.
Yeah.
You know, I was asking Guillaume Nell this morning, you know, the distance between LA and New York, it's about 6 hours flying time.
Yeah, that's
obviously,
right.
Obviously the flight, as much as you'd expect they'd travel 2 days.
Early.
They should do, but maybe the jet lag. Orlando City, now here's a team that haven't won in the last 9. They've lost the last 9 games. I'm surprised Adrian Heath, remember the little Evertonian?
Yeah.
He's in charge. I'm surprised they haven't fired him. Now they play a Toronto team they're the champions. They only won 1 of the last 8.
Gee, what's going on?
So, you know, any result wouldn't surprise me there. 27 to 10, the draw is obviously a big player, but with both teams being desperate, Paul, should be goals again. And Dallas should be too good for Chicago. They got beat 4-3 at home this morning by Philadelphia. So it should be Dallas there. And the last one is Los Angeles are playing Colorado. Colorado, Houston. Houston are going well. You know, Colorado have only won 1 of the last 7 at home, which doesn't bode well. 12 to 10 Houston, but likewise, you know, the draw, big player. Houston in the draw for me. Atlanta, the top seeds in America, should be too good for a Seattle team that struggles to score. And the last game, Los Angeles. Bob Bradley, remember the guy with the watch, the American guy from Swansea? He's in charge of that team.
Sean Dyche was the man with the watch.
Yeah. I think he was number 2. Now, Carlos Vela, the Mexican guy, that should be them.
All right, Soccer 6, Budge.
Okay, now it's Belgium versus England. You know, we didn't get the slide, you know, because obviously we had to do it yesterday, so no one was confirmed. I've gone the field with Belgium, England. You know, you never know. Belgium are the 2 teams, but we put the field in there. I banked Dunkirk to beat Trelleborg. I banked Bromopojkano to beat Sirius. I've gone the field with Malmo. Ostersund's looking for the smash. Now the next game, Michelin versus Aarhus. Michelin's the Danish team, but it's their first league game of the season. So I've thrown the draw in. Obviously, they 4-5 to 10 Michelin. They do look good things, but first game up, Paul. And I've gone Orebro, win and draw against at IFK Gothenburg, 2-1-6.
Okay, the next one? America.
Yeah, I've gone the field. I've gone 3 bankers, 3 fields. You know, I've gone the field with New York City, Columbus. I've banked the Red Bulls to beat Sporting Kansas City. I've gone the field with Montreal Impact and San Jose. I've gone the field with New England Revolution against the Galaxy. And I've banked Wayne Rooney's DC United to beat Vancouver and Dallas to beat Bastian Schweinsteiger's Chicago Fire, 162.
Okie dokie. What's next?
The Soccer 10 is, you know, I've done the American one. It's Sao Bento, Ponte Preta. It's a Serie B game in Brazil. It's a local derby. Sao Bento don't get beat at home. So I've gone them win and draw against Ponte Preta. I've gone New York City win and draw against Columbus. I've banked the New York Red Bulls to beat Sporting Kansas City. I've gone Montreal Impact win and draw at home against San Jose. I've gone the LA Galaxy win and draw at New England. Second page, I've banked DC United to beat Vancouver. I've also banked Dallas to beat the Chicago Fire. I've gone Minnesota win and draw at home against Real Salt Lake. I've gone the field and the 2 out of form teams, Orlando City and Toronto FC. And I've gone Houston win and draw at Colorado, 384.
Okie dokie, Budge, the big one.
Well, now it's carryover, 4 million carryover.
4 million?
So we'll be dipping. Yeah, the pool will be around about 20 million, Paul. So obviously, as tough it is, we got to have a go, yeah. I've banked Bromma-Pochcona to beat Sirius. Likewise, Dunkirk to beat Trelleborg. I've gone Malmo win and draw at home against Ostersund. I've gone Orebro win and draw at AFK Gothenburg. I've gone Karlskrona win and draw at home against Husqvarna. I've banked Jalby, who I think top of the Division 1 North to beat Lujinskiel. I've gone Oskarshamns win and draw at Tavakis. Second page, I've gone Karlslund win and draw at home against Raninga. I've banked Vasteris to beat Syrianska. I've gone Assyriska win and draw at home against BK Forward. I've gone for Eskilsmina to win or draw at Angel Homes. And the 2 Sunday games, I've gone Kalmar win and draw against Djurgårdens, and I've banked IFK North Copping to beat Hacken.
Copping.
Yep, 409 Rand.
Okie dokie, Buzz, let's look at
our bets. To the bets. Yeah, the Swedish one, obviously we've had to try and do most things around the Swedish and American. So the Swedish quad, I've gone Bromma-Pochcona to beat Sirius. I've gone Dunkirk to beat Trelleborg. I've gone Norrköpings to beat Hacken, and I've gone win and draw Elfsborg at home against leaders Hammarby on Sunday, 2,100 to 200. The American MLS, I've gone the New York Red Bulls to beat Sporting Kansas City. I've got Wayne Rooney's DC United to beat Vancouver Whitecaps. I've gone Atlanta United to beat Seattle. I've gone Dallas to beat Chicago, and over 2.5 total goals in the game. And I've gone win and draw LA Galaxy at New England, 2,900 to 200.
Okay.
And I've gone the handicap treble. All these teams have to win by more than 1 goal. The New York Red Bulls have to beat Sporting Kansas City. Likewise, DC United against Vancouver. And Atlanta United against Seattle Sounders on Sunday night, 3,100 to 200.
Okay.
The both teams to score 5. The odds are they're shaving them more and more, Paul.
Yeah,
so, I've had to throw the extra team in to get a decent price. So I've gone Malmo, Ostersund, IFK Gothenburg, Orebro, GIF Sundsvall and ARK Stockholm, Kalmar Djurgårdens and Elfsborg Hammarby, 14 to 1, so 2,800 to 200s I play.
Right, 2.5 goals.
Over 2.5 goals, yeah. It's mix and match MLS and the Swedish League. Montreal, San Jose, Minnesota, Real Salt Lake, Atlanta, Seattle, and the 2 Swedish games, Kalmar Djurgårdens and Elfsborg Hammarby, 2,700 to 200. And our Collis King, 6 or Nixon, I've gone Bromma-Pochcona to beat Sirius. I've gone Dunkirk to beat Trelleborg. I've gone the New York Red Bulls to beat Sporting Kansas City. DC United to beat Vancouver. Atlanta to beat Seattle. And I've gone France to win the World Cup, Paul. They were 6.5 to 10 outright. Because I had to have the bet on yesterday, there was no. So 5,400. So that would come in handy.
Yeah, that's very good, Budge. So everything points to a wonderful weekend.
We're looking for France, Paul. It's a massive swing.
All our bets, we're looking for France. I think they just have the hot favourites to go through.
I think they're good enough to win by more than 1.
Croatia have done well. So it looks interesting. And when does
I think it's 8 o'clock Sunday night. Both games, Saturday, Sunday, 8 o'clock. The final 3rd and 4th playoff.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Why did someone tell me it was making mid-afternoon? Can't be right.
Must be living in America if it's mid-afternoon.
Yeah, Budge, okay, that sums it up. We'll just quickly touch on the Premier League. When's the Community Shield and all that?
First week in August.
So it's not far off.
No, not far off, couple of weeks. I think I haven't had a good look about. I think the deadline's the 29th of July for the signings.
Okay, and what's the latest on Chelsea? Anything to touch
on? The next couple of days.
Charge?
Well, and Antonio Conte's taking the training. They're doing pre-season training in Italy. So sorry, the guy who's reportedly, they're just trying to sort out a settlement. He's a Napoli guy.
Well, had they
his job's already been reprised. They've already replaced him, so they're negotiating a settlement with Chelsea.
They got too much money, these guys.
Well, 20 million. So Chelsea will be saying they've got to pay Conte 9.
Yeah.
So they don't want to play 9 plus 20 for a manager. So obviously they want to try and reduce that. So if they give him 10 million, that's...
Bye-bye.
I think so, yeah.
All right, well, there we go. That's all from our show this week. And don't forget to watch the World Cup final. It's been a fantastic tournament, and it's not coming home. But you will be able to watch what Budge and I believes is going to be Allez les Bleus.
Sacre bleu, yeah.
There we go. Until next week, stay on side.